The Oven Podcast. Your table is ready. You can follow me.
What's cooking, guys? We're The Oven Podcast. We're back at Mio Posto in Merrick, Long Island. We're sitting down with rapper and actor Cory Gunz.
Salute. I appreciate being here. Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Sincerely.
No, it's going to be some fun right now.
Another THC-infused dinner for you guys. If you like what we do, subscribe, share, like, comment. If you know any chefs, any restaurants that want us to come to them, please put us in touch. You know, we want to bring this experience to everybody.
Absolutely.
That's it. That's the idea.
A lot of people know Cory from the song 6 Foot, 7 Foot with Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome song.
Tell us that story.
I'll tell you that story. The story with me is I was working overnight with my dad in Brooklyn, I think. And come the morning, I'm driving my pickup truck from Brooklyn to Farmingdale, flying to get to my pre-calc final with 6 Foot, 7 Foot on repeat. Okay?
Just keeping himself up.
The bad news is I bombed my pre-calc final. The good news is it's a good song to fly from Brooklyn to Farmingdale with.
It got you there, but it didn't get you there.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. You didn't get him over that little hump.
I wish it could have helped, but
So I'm much older now. That story was about 12 years ago. So for you, what have you noticed has changed in the game?
a lot since then. A lot as far as evolution in the music. The music is changing gradually. Like, you know, without trying to sound like kind of like granddaddy on the porch, it's like it always has. It has its things that you like and the things you don't. But me necessarily, I don't have any negatives with it. I try to understand more, like get more of an understanding of what I don't necessarily, that doesn't catch me. But other than that, like, everything is growing. Hip hop is beautiful, bro.
Sir.
It's been evolving. It's been good for me. I still love it the way I have from day one. It's been a lot of great new artists breaking through. Like, New York has been on their shit. Everybody's been on their shit. So it's great, bro. It's in a good space.
And this is the 50th anniversary of hip hop this year, right?
Man, 50 years.
Big year,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
Big year. I love to be a part of that, man.
Yeah,
That's great.
It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, like it's from of course, like from where it started and from that time to now, it's constantly growing and evolving. That's one thing I can say that I'm just so grateful of. I love it. Like,
You know what they say, the only constant is change.
that's a fact.
And it's awesome to see someone like yourself just continue, like you said, to evolve with the game.
For sure, man.
So
Bringing up
Good
6
for you.
foot, 7 foot real quick before we get into the apps. We had Vado on last week and we were talking about like locker room music, bro. And for
That's
me,
mine,
like
yeah.
speaking in tongues.
Shout out Vado.
Shout out Vado, man. Like for me, speaking in tongues and 6 foot, 7 foot, bro, that shit just brings me back to like high school ball, college ball,
Yeah.
like getting me hyped up to get on the mound, bro. And I love that, like it's full circle. You're sitting down having a conversation. Like I remember a young Cory Gunz coming on the scene.
I'm honored to be here too, and I appreciate that from both you guys. Like that, I'm to be honest, like I'm at the end of the day, that's big, bro. I'm not being biased or anything. Wayne is my big brother.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I'm a fan too and a student of hip hop. So for me to be a part of that legacy and to be on that record means more to me than anybody will ever probably understand. So for it to be recognized and for it to have reached the masses like it did, and for me to get the respect that I had for being on that, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it 100%. So it means a lot. Bless the food.
is that something you do every time you eat?
Yeah, anything. It
That's
could be
awesome.
a bag of chips. It could be water I open. I bless it.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually love
It's
that.
just habitual. Like, it's
Gratitude, man.
So really just like creature of habit kind of thing,
Yeah,
too, right?
it's just anything. Piece of candy, anything.
Piece of candy, anything.
Yeah, pray over
Love
it.
that. Well, I know, man, like, you know, we were talking about it a little bit before, like, you know, you're
Whoa.
like
Sorry.
a little hot.
Great. Great.
Yeah? Make a good meatball over there.
Great.
But we know you're a big studio head. You're always making tracks. You're always recording and stuff. So again, I want to just thank you. You know, as we just blessed this meal, thank you again for coming out. You know, taking time out of your day. You know, just come down and sit down with us. I want to take it back though. You know, when you were 14 years old, though, when you got signed.
Uh-oh.
So no better way to start than at the beginning, right?
Yes. Let's go.
I mean, so Jay-Z was like a mentor for you a little bit in a way, huh?
I would say, yeah. I grew up listening to his music my whole life almost. Like,
So who would you say you know, when you were 14 years old, you were writing your songs. Who was your inspiration? I know your dad probably had a lot on that too.
My dad is the reason. Shout out my dad, Peter Gunz, him and Lord Tariq, my uncle.
Legends.
My dad is the reason I got into rap, period. Like, he put me on to a lot of the people that he listened to and the people that he thought were greats. There was never any shade without anything. He always,
Like who?
everybody.
Yeah.
My dad let me listen to anything that was dope or whatever. Like, my pops is always like, oh no, they're nice. You need to hear this.
Yeah,
you need to listen to that. Of course, day one stuff for me, I have to mention them. Like Grandmaster Caz, Big Daddy Kane, of course, Rakim, of course. Like, it's just certain, and this is early on stuff. I'm just saying, like, just as it goes by. But I listen to everybody. Like, I was raised on like all hip hop, from all regions, from whether it be the South, West. Like, my dad and DJ Quick is like an uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Not like that's my uncle.
Yeah, that's my
You know what I'm
uncle.
saying? Like, so I was blessed to have like a seasoned ear early on because of my dad had me listening to everybody from Andre 3000 to everybody, Scarface. So whoever you could name, I was listening to them. I was, if I felt the music, I was tapped into that.
That's it.
But yeah.
I heard a story. He was bringing you on stage and stuff when you were like 2 years old or something, dancing around.
He did.
So you've been in the culture forever.
He used to perform, like, have shows. He performed at this at this college, and I remember I was like 2, and I would always want to run out on stage with him. And he brought me out, and he finally let me do it. And there's footage of it. He has it, but I remember that like vividly. He would have me my dad's like ill. He's a producer, plays instruments, everything. So my pops always would have like beats or some sort of music going on. He would bring me into the studio while they were listening to beats, and he would stop it, and I would stop moving. Like, it would be like, he'd show everybody, like, see, he knows what he's doing. Like, so I've always, like, bro, like, even before, like, with the rap, I would have to just listen to like really good music, whether it's like gospel, my grandfather playing like some country, some soul, my grandmother listening to gospel. It was just always throughout the house, whether it's R&B, anything, blues, everything. I was always
just a little bit of everything, man, mixing it up.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask you this later, but I'll ask you now. Like, if you had to listen to one style of music other than rap for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I couldn't pick.
Nah.
I can't. Like, I listen to a lot of rock too, bro. Like, I listen to a lot of music on a regular basis, like daily. Like, I listen to Scentless Apprentice every day. I listen to that's one of my favorite bands ever, man.
Hell yeah, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, bro. I listen to and my dad is the first one who played me a Nirvana record.
Nice.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
So it always goes back to square one.
He played me "Come As You Are" before "It Smells Like Teen Spirit." Like, I remember these things. So this is the stuff that stuck with me to this day. Like, it's kind of like a bittersweet thing because it's made my standards a certain level when it comes to certain music. Yeah. So it's like, but it's cool, man. I love music.
Why do you think like the standards have lowered nowadays?
To an extent, for me as an artist, I feel like there's less, and I don't want anybody to feel the way about this, but it's true. Nobody is fighting to be unique anymore. I feel like it was a point in time where it's like you were known for what you were known for, and you didn't want to sound like nobody else. Now it's like you could do that, I could do that.
It's a copycat game.
Yeah, it's like it's not even about.
Everyone's got a look now.
Yeah, it's not about the thought of it. It's just like, yo, I look better than you. I said it better than you. I did like. Right. If it's thought or like, and that's to each his own. But I'm just from a.
You're from a different era, man. It's not even say different era, but you came up in, bro. Like, that's some of the best rap music. Like,
yeah,
I mean, for us at least, 31 years old, that we remember.
Yeah. I just wish it would get more back into just originality. Not even more back. Don't go backwards. Go forwards. Everybody be more original,
authentic.
Yeah, with their shit. Like, instead of just worrying about being too much of a certain other thing, put more of a skill set into the shit.
There was a time period where I felt like every new guy that came out sounded like Future. I love Future, but if I want to listen to Future, I'm going to listen to Future.
You know, like
And Future is incredible.
yeah.
Future's song Incredible is actually one of my favorite ever.
Bro,
But
Future, he's part of a lot of people that like, and this is how I really like love music. The Dungeon family, man. Future's from that cloth. The Dungeon family, Outkast, all of that. That's his lineage. So it's like I really love and study this shit. Like people's journeys, people will look at it and think he's like a new artist or he's somebody that has been years and years of him mastering his craft and his sound and being around some of the greatest minds in music and then coming out and being who he is. You know what I mean? So it's more to a lot than people would understand. Like, but he's a person like we're talking about. He's Future. You know, when you hear him,
that's him.
that's him.
But not for nothing, I don't mean to cut you off, but you're the same way, bro. Like when you come onto a song, you know that's Cory Gunz on that song. You know that's Cory Gunz song.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
I'm not saying that just because you're sitting here, but I swear to God, like you come on a song, you know you got a different voice, bro. You got a different style. When you come on, it's like that's Cory. You know, like that's plain and simple.
I appreciate that. I try as much as I can, like stick to what I like.
Stick to the script kind of thing.
It's not always easy.
It's
You know,
not.
a lot of pressure. You know, I'm an outsider looking in, right? I'm not part of the music game, but you know, the label, your mentors. You know, shout out to the people that surrounded you that allowed you to be yourself. You know,
100%. I appreciate that a lot too. Like a lot of people. That's interesting that you said that too. Like that plays a big part in that shit too. A lot of mental discipline, a lot of knowing yourself. Like when you know yourself and you know one thing my dad has always told me, he's like, yo, regardless of the fact we're gonna be at the dinner table on Thanksgiving, so whatever decision you decide to make, I'm gonna ride with you. You know, like so
Exactly.
I've always been content with that and always appreciated the support.
it's always nice to have that support system to come back to.
So obviously your dad was known for Deja Vu, the song, which is, I mean, that's an all-time song, bro.
That's the
That's
anthem.
literally the anthem, man. So I mean, obviously he was a huge inspiration for you in the music game. But like, what was that relationship like, man, growing up?
It was 100. Me and my dad was always good. Like it was the only thing was it took something for me to like adapt. As long as I can remember, my dad's always been in the music, performing, making music, everything. So, and I'm speaking for me. Like, it took a minute for me to see, like, to get used to us being able to go certain places and do certain things, and to one record changing the dynamic of everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit, like what is going on? You know, like, but from day one, my pops is my hero, man. Like he's the one that's made me want to pick up a pen, utter a rhyme or anything like that. Like he's always been that for me. Like, he's always been there for me. He's always anything like I call him for. He's always been there. Like to this day, I recorded a song that I think is fire. I send it to him first.
And he gives you the verdict?
Yeah, it's
that constructive criticism.
Yeah, he does.
Fatherly criticism.
He will. And it's not always yeah, but majority of the time, me knowing him and knowing what he already is like, all right, what am I missing? Or whatever,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And he'll let me know, all right, this is it. What we doing with this? I'm like, okay.
It's awesome having like a father figure like that, man. You know, I was a big ball player my whole life. My dad was my only coach.
Yeah.
My only coach, man. Like I didn't need any like pitching instructors. He was my pitching instructor.
You know, come on, man. There's nothing.
And you see him now. It's just cool, like seeing them, seeing how they grow too. You know,
It's
like, in the game.
it's all. You can't ask or pay for any support like that. It's nothing like, because at the end of the day, whether you admit it or not, or whether they know it or not, you're doing what they do in their image, and you want them to be proud at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about.
No, that's it, man. And it's funny. I was actually like, I was looking at some stuff that your dad did, and I saw he was like did some stuff with Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq.
Yeah.
And
that's
then,
my godfather.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Really? That's actually awesome, man. But I saw you did the Smack DVD, right?
Yeah.
And you guys went off.
I appreciate
Like,
it.
seriously.
That
And you were young,
That was
too.
my first.
What? That was the first one?
My first like time on a DVD. I was leaving school actually. I wasn't supposed to be leaving school. And Tariq, Lord Tariq, my uncle, sees me leaving the building. He's like, "Yo, I was coming to get you, but come on, like it was 8th period I left."
Oh, so you did
good,
most of the
but
day.
He took me to the studio, and we ended up, that day happened like that.
Wow.
Like, Smack was there. We were just in the studio. We were going through beats. Shout out to Smack. Shout out to Uncle B's. We were all there. Like, I usually would be, from a kid, just in the studio, around the situation, absorb, like, being the fly on the wall in the room, I'm watching the engineer, the producer.
Yep.
I'm watching everything everybody's doing from a kid. So I was just in there that day like that. Me and my boy Germ, shout out to Germ, excuse me. They were like, "Yo, you got something for us or whatever? Like, let us hear something."
You're like, shit, I've been waiting
The
for
rest
this, bro.
is history. Yeah, like I was like, hell yeah.
How much did those experiences like make it feel more natural once you started doing your own thing? Like, did it play a huge role in that?
100%. I still to this day, a lot of people wouldn't even know. But everybody, if they say they don't, they're not telling you the truth. They just mastered ways to go about it. Like before a boxer goes in the ring, that's almost the same intense feeling or like the same anxiety you get before you perform. You'll get a little nervous, but it's like once you're there and once you get out there, it's gone.
It's like how you use those nerves.
Yeah.
From younger, I've just been, because I'm naturally, and I'll say this on record, I'm naturally reserved. Like, I'm kind of introverted and reserved. I don't like using the word shy, but I like really stay to myself.
You're moving a certain way.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but if I got to rap, that shit is out the window.
That's it.
That character is home. Like, I'm here to do that. Like, so.
It's a mental flip thing, man.
Yeah, like it's a switch that flips with me, like that I've been able to, from a kid, and I think my dad kind of did that for a reason with me. Like, yo, you gotta just get acclimated to performing at the drop of a hat, the drop of a dime, rap type shit. Like, be ready whenever for whoever, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
I was about to say,
And that's
stay
how
ready.
I've always been.
Exactly, man.
So it's like, I've just been like that all the time.
So I was actually going to ask you about that. You know, I noticed in the past you've admitted that, you know, you were kind of an introvert.
Yeah.
So I know for you had the blessing of, you know, getting that experience at an early age. But for some other people out there who are introverts, what advice do you have for them when they're expected to be extroverts in their profession?
Go at your pace, because like my dad says, at the end of the day, you live with your decisions. So it's like, I'm not going to be the one to go do something because he told me to, and then I'm going to resent him for it the rest of my life. When we in the house, and it's like, yo, I didn't want to do it, but you. So it's like, you got to go with your instinct, and regardless of what. Like, I've been in that room where everybody's telling me, it's 9 out of 10 people telling me to do rap like this or do this like that. And I look at my pops, and he's like, do you? And I do me, and
Man, that's the
and
best.
it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I'm not saying, you know what I mean? Like, I sleep better.
Yeah.
I look in the mirror, I'm good with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's me. Like, but
Your
gotta
genuine self.
Yeah, you have to go with your instinct. Always follow your gut. Your gut never fails you. And if it does, it's a lesson. There's no failure in that. Like,
Yep.
it's just, yeah.
No, I love that, man. Seriously, that's
I
like
go
the
with my
whole.
intuition every time, bro.
Yep. And you
Follow
feel
that.
it, bro. If you feel it, bro, just do it, man.
Yeah.
Like when you said, like, do you? Like, that's the best. That's the best advice you can get.
My dad, like, looked me straight in my face. He's like, yo, that's what you want to do? I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's it. Don't even second guess it or nothing. Like, we're not discussing it. My father's played me beats before. I'll never say the producer's names. Ever. I don't want to do that. My father's played me beats before. In the cars, like in a car full of my friends or like with people around us playing beats, take the CD out or whatever, we'll pick whatever ones we like. And then he'll say the names after. So once we say that the shit is like, all right, we don't like it or whatever the case, the CD's already gone.
Yeah, I like that.
So then now, after the fact, he's like, yeah, you just said those were such and such beats.
It's unbiased.
That was this person's beats. That was it. And now everybody's sitting around like, yo, spin around, let's go over here. Like, Like, nah, we don't do that. We already made a decision. So that's how I've been raised. Like, stand on how you feel, and that's it. I've always been the type of person I never wanted to be the guy. Like, I never wanted to be the man on the front. I never wanted to. I've been places and seen things and have done certain things, and I haven't seen anything. I'm saying all that to say I haven't seen anything.
Yeah,
but the little I've seen, I want to share it. I want other people to experience that. I want them to have it. I want them to see it. I want them to go, like, I want to spread joy. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I get out of doing this shit. Like, period, music. And so it's a lot of things that don't really entertain me. Like, I'm not intrigued. Or some people, I'll get cold to certain things for that. You just want to stay in the house. It's just that I've been doing that shit since I was 12 years old. Like, I've been around.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
exactly,
I've been around
man.
a lot of this stuff, and if it's not about, if it's not I don't know how to say it. It's not purposeful for somebody.
Mm-hmm. It's got to serve you in some way.
Yeah,
It's gotta be. I mean,
serve something.
it comes down to like, what's your time worth? At the same time, it's like, what am I putting my time into?
Yeah.
And what is it bringing back for myself?
It's
Like whether it doesn't even, I'm not even saying monetarily, just
in general,
yeah,
like a purposeful thing. Like, it's like I don't know. Like, sometimes it's just I don't know.
Like, especially the going out and stuff. Like, the world keeps changing, but for the most part, the scene barely changes.
It doesn't.
You know?
Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's exactly.
You know, it's like there's a lot of times, like, I'll tell him, like, I don't need to do that. I've been there. You know? I'm staying in tonight. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I take a step back. I'm like,
it's different. Yeah, like, I can't explain that shit. Like, but it's just a different perspective, man.
And it comes down to what you're feeling, though. Again,
I totally relate
comes
to you.
back to what you're feeling, how you feel about it, and how you react to that. So it's like, and you being the creature of habit, learning that at an early age, it's like, this is what I'm doing. If I say I'm doing it, I'm doing it.
Like, I've been around a lot of, like, I've been able to see it. And one thing I don't do is I don't carry negative with me. Like, I don't judge
that.
Like, one experience. I don't let that rule, like, fuck the rest of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do that. Like, I don't judge people off one bad apple. I'm not one of those people. Like, so I just go off of, like, does it make sense for me to put myself in this situation? If it doesn't, I'm not going. Like,
it sounds so easy when you say it. I mean, obviously it's a lot harder said than done, but it's like, I'm just not going to do it. You know,
one of the things I picked up on, and I didn't get it when I first heard it, but I caught on later. 50 Cent said his grandfather told him that you only going to get as far as the people you talk to for no reason.
wow.
Damn.
It had to resonate with me.
Why the hell am I talking to you for no reason?
Yeah.
I don't even like this kid.
But it really puts things into perspective.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yo, like, wait a minute. What else could I be doing with this time? Like, you know, like,
exactly,
for
man.
real, bro.
It's similar to that saying, like, you're the sum of your 5 closest friends.
Yes.
That's it.
Or no, not the sum. You're the average. You're the average of your 5 closest
The
friends.
average, or like, it's the same thing.
So we actually met the first time how long ago was that? Like 2 or 3 months ago?
Yeah, I believe it was in May.
Yeah, in May.
It was in May.
We were filming
went to
It
Yonkers.
was in May.
Yeah, we're filming in Yonkers. We were doing. So it's great that I heard you say like a couple years ago you wanted to get into the movie game.
Yeah, man.
And now you're front and center in that.
I'm excited.
So talk about it a little bit. It ain't for everybody, right?
Yeah, it's called It Ain't For Everybody. I can't get into too many details on it because it's like they've been having me into some like top secret shit with it. I don't want to get beat up, but shout out to Uncle Poobs, Uncle Styles P.
Yep.
Shout out to Street Heat. We working on something incredible. It's a lot of people. Man. Excuse me.
Yeah, a lot of
involved
moving
in it,
parts in
actually. I'm stoned. It's a lot of people that are a part of it. I don't want to. I know I'm gonna mention some names and I'm not, but I know my bro Scram Jones is in it. Shout out to Scram Jones. Shout out to Jim Jones. My bro Millies.
Yep.
Davies.
We got all of them in there. Huh?
Huh? There's a few other surprises too. I don't want to.
Shit, I didn't know about that.
It's a few.
Cause we were there for the first scene with you and Millie's.
Yeah.
And I won't give anything up on camera.
Yeah,
but
we gotta actually finish that scene.
Yeah?
So yeah.
When we went, we were just going to hang out. And we saw Will C was like, "Yo, you're gonna be extras, right?" Me and Mary Alicia like, shit, I guess so. Like, why not?
This is incredible, by the way.
The pasta
It's
marinara.
great.
How's
It's
your?
my
You got
go-to.
the center cut pork
Yeah, I
over
went
there.
with the center cut. Yep, center cut pork loin. Oh, dude,
Good.
I have this almost every time I come here. It's one of my favorite meals.
Oh man, so
They give you so much. It's like I order one and I always just bring one home.
That's the vibe right here, man.
this is the veal DJ. Man, this is good, and the risotto too. And my boy John told me to throw the cherry peppers on there.
Great.
A little kick.
Yeah, give me a little heat to it.
Yeah.
Never go wrong with those.
Nope. Hey, so we were talking about it a little bit before with when we were eating the apps. You going to school and stuff, man. It's like, how was that? Like, you're going to school, you're going to class, and it's like, I'm putting out records and shit, but I'm going to fucking math class for second period. Like, what was that like?
It was at first it was cool because it was like to this day even the same way. I'm the same way. Like I've been rapping my whole life and shit, so it's just I don't see what everybody else always sees. You know what I'm saying? It's just what I do. I just love to rap. So going to school and shit for me was cool at first. But then when it started turning into like having a battle and shit and do certain shit, like people coming to class, it started being disruptive towards the like academics.
Yeah, the actual learning.
Yeah, like, so it's like I couldn't. My grandmother wasn't going for that. My grandmother's really strict with school and shit, so she wasn't with that. Like you leaving class to go battle at lunch, like what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Where'd you go to high school at? I know you're from the Bronx, right?
Mm-hmm. I went to James Monroe.
James Monroe?
James Monroe High School. Yeah. For as long as it lasted.
But you didn't graduate
I started getting homeschooled.
from grandma?
I got a tutor. My grandmother made the label implement. Like he's not signing nothing without school.
I love that.
So they had a tutor coming to me and shit at one point. But then my tutor was a musician. So we had conflicting schedules.
Oh, bro.
Grandma, it wasn't meant to be. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So he's like, I'll be ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the days I'm like, I gotta go to the studio at night or during the day. Like my shit, we're working around him. And he's like, yo, I got gigs and I got this going on. So it's like, it just didn't work. And I was doing really good with the tutor. Like my grades were great. I still have them shits, but it just didn't work. Yeah, I was getting A's and B's with the tutor.
Really?
Because it was one-on-one. I was able to there was no distractions there and shit. Like it just.
Well, especially for an introvert like yourself, I'm sure if you're an introvert, there's a lot of times you don't want to raise your hand in school. You don't want to say the wrong thing.
Sure.
So you probably you're sitting there quiet. When it's one-on-one with your tutor, it doesn't matter. You can say what you need to. You're more engaged.
I'd ask him, like, when I look, or if I notice if I'm in class, I would go up to the teacher or go up to the teacher myself, or I'd be the kid to be like, yo, you get it? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, how'd you get that?
Yeah.
Like, I would do that shit. Like, I've never liked
The attention. Yeah.
Well,
You
see,
know,
that was
like-
saying, yo, he was always the one raising his hand in class, even if he didn't know the fucking answer to the question.
I might have been smart.
no, but gotta ask though.
Yeah.
Got to, bro.
So speaking of tutors and learning all that, what did you learn from, Lil Wayne?
Work.
Yeah.
Work, consistency, being persistent, family. He showed me a lot. Like when I any adversity, anything I faced, anything or whatever, he's always. It could be a minor incident. It could be something like we go into an event and a bouncer or somebody, security or whoever there, staff, whoever is acting funny. Or we'll all leave.
Wow.
That's how he moves. That's how,
It's like an army.
and that's what I got. Like that's how I've been from day one. Like, and I get that from him. And for me to see somebody like him that move like that, there's no excuses
100%.
to me. Like for anybody else, it's like, yo, he sticks to like he stands by you, man. That's one thing I can like. Nobody can ever tell me anything about Wayne. Like, I'm real quiet with a lot of shit, like, but I'll never ever nobody ever hear me say anything bad about him, and they can't tell me nothing bad about him. Ever.
Wow.
That's
So
my brother. Though.
Growing up, we were huge Weezy fans, so I love hearing that.
He's a great person, bro.
Yeah.
Like overall, I'm not being biased or nothing. Every encounter I had with him before we even did business, it was 100. Like, and he stands by his word, and he's a good person. I like. It's certain people that I'm around, like, and that I kind of take like. It's the difference when you try to emulate somebody or imitate them. But there's certain characteristics that I favor in people that I try to like.
Emulate,
Hold on
trying
to,
to use,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and a lot, like, he's definitely, excuse me, one of those people. Like, there's a lot of qualities I look for in humans. And he's a special human, bro. Like,
For sure, man.
he's a great person.
He's actually the so like I was gonna ask you like your earliest memory of rap. Like he's actually like my earliest memory. He was like my first my first rap like concert was him at Jones Beach. Yeah, so it was actually the concert after Drake tore his ACL. Remember that back in the day? It was like 2009.
I remember that. That's crazy.
So I think Drake tore his ACL in like in Jersey or something. They came to Jones Beach 2 days later, and it was supposed to be like Lil Wayne and Drake. So we're like, yo, what the fuck's gonna happen? Drake's not gonna come out, and he just tore his ACL. So he at that time brought all the Young Money out, like Mickey, Lil Twist, Lil Chucky.
Everybody's here. Shout out the family, man.
How are they doing, man?
They good. Everybody's chilling, man. Everybody they all got their own stuff going on, man. Like they always, mind you, they always keep something going on. Like
yep. Back in the day, man, those are Lil Chucky, Lil Twist, all those guys. Young Money, they came on hard.
I gotta get. Hopefully, I'm gonna call my bro Gutter. And I just like try to line it up for you guys, man. Like try to figure out a way to holler at Gutter and see if y'all could build on setting that shit up, man. Because it's my family, bros. They with this shit too.
Bro, we're honored that you
we're
honored that you would even consider, putting us out there like that. Thank you, man.
That's family, man.
Yeah.
And that's the idea of this, bro. We want to have just a homie-ass dinner with people that we want to hang out with, bro.
I want to switch it up for a second, though. I want to talk about something more like on a personal level.
Okay.
I know in the past.
Here we go.
No, I know in the past you've touched on, your battles with depression.
Yeah, man.
And for you, a trigger and a big fear of yours was death. So, what tips or advice do you have for people out there who are dealing with depression or just any other mental illness?
First thing to do, because it's not stereotypical, but people make it seem easy that don't necessarily understand how much it's not easy. You need to get help. You need to do. It's not that easy. You have to have a conversation with someone that you know will listen to you. Not anyone. Not anyone. Someone who you know will listen or that you know will take it serious. And I personally would identify with myself first. Like anything that I'm going through, I have things that I do. Like if I'm not able to like write about that shit, I'll work out. Like I try to like stay moving. And gotta let that shit out. Like honestly, like and whether it's in a movement or it's verbally or whatever it is, because it turns into other things. It like you have to find somebody that you really trust that you could have that communication with.
And I love how you said, like...
That's it. Like, I can't even word it, like, because the typical person, you got to get help, go to a center. It's not as easy as that. It's things that have to be sat with, identified, get to the root of the problem. And 90% of the time, you have to do that with yourself or with somebody close enough to you that has your best interest. That's going to make sure that that's all that matters. So I would do that. Speak to someone. Even if it's somebody that is you'll know. You know instinctively. It doesn't have to be, like, I don't know how to describe it, but you have to get it off your chest and off your mind. Yeah,
You gotta find that vice.
yeah,
Yeah, and like you said, like you got to do it within you. You know, like there are professionals, and you can get all the help you want, but at the end of the day, you need to take the steps within yourself to correct what you have going on,
yeah,
and that's really important.
100%.
And you know, as someone who dealt with anxiety before, when you said like it's not that easy, people love just saying like, "Oh, why are you so worried?" Well, if I could turn it off, I'd turn it off.
Yeah,
Bro.
like,
You know, like
the dumbest shit ever.
I'm worried because I don't know how to not worry.
Yeah,
You know, like if it was that easy, you know, I wish I could turn it off.
Doesn't work that way.
Yeah, no. So, but to lighten the mood a little bit, I saw this study out of the University of Albany.
Disclaimer.
Dude.
It holds no weight.
Oh, man.
It's a SUNY school. It's out.
Get the fuck out.
Yo,
SUNY Albany, bro.
So I saw this study, and it actually showed that sperm was a natural antidepressant for women.
We're at dinner.
We're on the topic of depression.
what?
Yeah, so apparently, this is what it says. Those women who do not use condoms during sex reported lower levels of depression.
I saw her head peaked up over there.
Yo,
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it actually says it's because of the absorption of beneficial proteins, vitamins, and minerals from the sperm within the woman when they go raw.
That's crazy.
So actually, the last part of the study was the doctors are going to be out there just prescribing cream pies to women.
Yeah. I'm like, hold the fuck up. I knew it was more to it. I was waiting. I'm like, oh shit. That's the
You thought I was going to use something good.
Like, hold on, what? What are they gonna do? Like, nah, that was a good one.
I saw the wheels turning over here.
That was a good one.
No, that's good, man.
That was a good one.
While we're on the topic of women, we talked about how the game has changed, right, earlier?
Yeah.
So, how has the game changed in terms of fans, especially women? I won't call them groupies, but what's changed in the last decade or so in that sense?
What we were saying earlier. It's become like a, who are you? Why do I need to be your fan type shit? Like, to me,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I could do that shit. Like, what do you do? Like, how is this? I'm supposed to be am I entertained? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the vibe I get. Like, other than that, that's a great question because I really don't. It's not like it used to be at all. Like, I don't really see. It's kind of more digital now. Like, it's like a lot of other shit going on. Like, it's not like it used to be.
You getting more love on OnlyFans now?
It'll be more like, outside shit.
Yeah,
Or some digital internet shit than it'll be other.
Well, obviously the game's changed like that. You know, it's no more selling CDs, selling tapes no more. But what's one of your favorite like projects that you've worked on? Or what's your favorite project that you put out?
I don't have one. I don't have one, man.
I feel like it's a good thing to not have one, though.
Because my first 4 or 5 tapes, I believe, I did in the studio with my dad. So I feel like all of them, those are the ones, like, to me, those mean the most to me.
That's
even
the
though
foundation.
all of them I've recorded and shit,
The sentimental value.
have value to them. But those are my main ones that to this day I love them to death. And my I like I got a project, Son of a Gun. I like that one a lot. Like,
It's a great name.
That was one of your acting roles, right?
And that was my and that tape to this day, like I really wish I would have that was the only thing I wish I would have did a little better with that tape is a better rollout with that shit. Like,
Well, that's tough with anything, man. It's like
there was so much music on there. Like I put like 30 fucking songs on that shit.
Yeah, there was like 36 songs or something, right?
It's like, now I was like, I would have broke that shit down or something. I would have shot videos but it's a lot.
What's like your creative process like going into something like that? Like, getting into like, I'm about to put out an album. I'm about to be on a feature. Like where do you start?
shit. I'll ask like if it's a particular subject we talking about or whatever. Like I would just really chill. Like if we in the studio and we got like a record to do, I'm chilling and shit. Like how we're having this conversation or whatever. Until it might be anything. A pen might fall in here, or somebody might sneeze. That shit might be the action to make me. Oh, all right, I just thought of something. It could be anything. Like
that.
the music is really what makes me. Like once I'm into the shit or whatever, and it's like, all right, I already know how I'm gonna flow. Shit, it just comes to. I can't even describe that shit. Like, but it really just the beats like talk to me and shit.
It's crazy just what gets the creativity juices flowing in your brain.
Yeah, like it could be the slightest shit. Like we'll be talking about something and you guys say something to me and I'm like, oh shit.
I'm about to write about
And I'll just walk off and just start writing and then the verse will be done and shit. Like that's how it's always been.
So it must have been pretty easy for you to spit for over 6 minutes on Funk Flexing, huh?
Yeah.
You kidding me? Bro, you didn't even take a breath. I was sitting there, I was like, when I saw the video, I was like, wait, he's got to probably go for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then it just kept going. I'm like, oh my God.
I couldn't play with that.
So is there like, I always wonder, because I try and keep up with like some of the raps. Like, you and Twista did a song together.
Yeah.
Like, and like Twista, I grew up listening to also, just because like I wanted to be able to keep up with him a little bit, you know?
That's family, man. I'm gonna link y'all, man.
No, I appreciate
Real
it, man.
shit. I'm gonna link y'all up.
I love that.
I'm gonna link y'all, man. That's love.
I love that you guys put that out, and like, and you obviously you rap fast too. But like, how do you? Like when I try and do that, like I'm out of breath after like 20 seconds, bro. Like, there's got to be something like, what's like the training like for that?
Studying and how I learned how to do that, and this is another credit that I have to give to my dad. He made sure that I knew how to rap different styles and shit. That's why he made me listen to everything. Like, he's like, yeah, you're gonna get all of this shit. Like you're not gonna just be one dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
So I would I'm listening to Bone Thugs and Twista,
Love Bone Thugs.
Andre, Big Boy. I was listening to all of them from younger, like memorizing that shit. Whatever I didn't know, I was looking up online.
Mm-hmm. A to Z lyrics.
A to Z lyrics. Hola, some shit. It was that, and then I would get my beats like off one of them fucking sites. I would be able to find the instrumental, and I would rap or print the printed out lyrics over the beat. Like, oh, this is how they said it or whatever. Like now I'm learning how to pronounce and
articulate a little bit. Yep.
And the shit comes in like that's how I learned. I would literally just sit and this. They don't get their flowers enough to me too, even though they do, but they don't. Busta and Ludacris, bro.
Yo, I was just saying the other day, Luda's one of the best I've ever seen live.
He's ridiculous, bro. Luda's.
Shout
out to Luda, man.
Yeah, shout out to Luda, man. He came out to Stony Brook and put on a fucking show for us, man.
Like he's one of the. I was listening to all of them. Him, Busta.
Roll out.
Yes. My mom actually graduated with Busta.
Word?
Yeah.
See? Oh yeah, come on. I just had to put two and two together. Yeah, come on. He's a GOAT, bro.
Oh, for sure.
That LE2, that last album he put out, bro.
Just bangers.
Ridiculous. Every joint. Busta's he's Mount Rushmore hip hop for sure.
I love that.
Who else would you put on that Mount Rushmore? Wayne?
It's a lot. It would be a mountain for me. Wayne, undoubtedly. Wayne, I asked for Wayne the album for Christmas.
So I know, we talked about
that.
His first album.
Dude, that's gotta be like awesome though, man. You got like you're asking for that album, and then he like you were like in the studio one day. He pulled up and like just like spit a verse for like the song on his own like credit, right?
Like he could, like the label was like, yo, what's going on? Like we can't like that
people
shit
came
up to me like, yo, we couldn't pay for this with the budget. Like, that's serious. They're like, yo, do you understand that? Do you know what just happened just
and he
now?
just went out of his way and just did it.
Well, obviously he fucking saw something, bro.
On the love.
Yeah.
He did it on the love. And then that's, to me, the loyalty has always been there. Like even from before then, but from that it really solidified it with me. Like at the time when he pulled up to do the verse for me, I was signed to Def Jam. So Jay had signed me actually to that Jay-Z. He signed me to Def Jam, and he had ended up leaving a little while after that. But at that time, he didn't know that I was there, that I had a deal when he came over there. So he flew in and we recorded, and then he was like, "Yo, what's up? Like, got this situation. What's up?" And then I'm like, "Yo, I'm signed or whatever." Like he's like, "Oh, I ain't know that. I ain't gonna step on nobody's toes." But I'm like, "Yeah, nah, like rock, like." Did it on the love. We did a whole song like in the middle of him doing promo for shit. He was going to do like
That's
106
crazy,
in Park,
man.
TRL and shit. He came like at the
TRL.
TRL and 106 in Park.
Yeah, Dedication 2, right
This
here.
is around that Dedication 2 shit coming out. Like that was out already. Wayne was waning.
And he's just
already.
jumping in the fucking.
Wayne was already gone.
Wayne was waning.
He was already gone, man. Like so, he always hired. He always to this day kept his word. That time came, spun around. I didn't have it. Like I'm like, yo, I'm out of the situation, and the rest was history.
So we got the tartufo, the Italian cheesecake, we got the cannoli, and as Little Mo would say, because he yelled at me for this, tiramisu, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? I can't actually tell you the last time I had hot coffee.
What?
So I have a rule that anytime it's under 75 degrees, I have hot coffee.
Under?
I will not have an iced coffee under 75 degrees. And today was 90 whatever degrees. I had 3 espressos.
Oh, so you're on the train right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm cracked out right now.
Oh, man.
This is gonna be my 4th and 5th espresso of the day because this is a double.
Yeah, who's counting though?
Shit.
I also have my own rule. There's always room for ice cream. No matter how full you are, there's always room for ice cream.
It's like French fries. You can be so full, but you grab another fry.
And stop.
One historical figure you could sit down to dinner with, ask any question to, who would it be?
Bruce Lee,
Why is that?
because I feel like he'll be able to get me out of a lot of regular normal shit that I'd be frustrated with during the day. Like just like, why am I like, I don't like, it'd be the slightest shit, and I feel like he'll be able to just look like, and then you'll figure it out and just be looking at it like, damn, like why did I just go this way? Like I caught myself the other day getting mad. You know the shits you get from like Bath and Body Works, the air freshener shits that they got, this like the Glades or whatever.
Yeah, like little plugins and stuff.
I spent 20 minutes turning that shit the wrong way. Almost bled doing that shit, bro. I'm like this. Nothing. If I'm lying, I'm flying. The voice of Bruce Lee registered in my mind and said, turn it the other way. As soon as I did it, the shit came over. Little shit like that is what I'm saying.
Bro,
like,
you're like, what the fuck am I doing right now?
like, just go the other way. And it's so simple, but you're not thinking to do that. As soon as I did it, it worked. And I'm just mad.
The frustration clouds your mind.
Shit's almost bleeding, but it went the right way. But he's just somebody to me, like his discipline.
Yep.
A lot of what he's overcome, like he's somebody that taught himself a lot. Whether for you to know martial arts and then do movies and then incorporate the two and figure out how to make that shit a business, that says a lot to me.
You're a historical figure. He wants to
Yeah, I
know.
want to know y'all's.
Oh man, I've never been asked. I've never been asked on a site like this.
Yeah. Interesting.
My historical figure that I could speak to.
You know, you say historical, but it's just anyone past the president you want to talk to.
I don't know. I mean, off the top of my head, like Greg Maddux, just so I could sit here and pick his mind for a minute.
Crazy.
The art of pitching.
Just to learn some shit from him, man.
That's a great pick.
Greg Maddux, that's my guy, I think.
Yeah. I'd probably pick my namesake, probably. My nonna, my grandfather. Just like one of those people that I've heard so much about, but I never met. He passed before I was born. You know, his name was Mario, too. And I kind of, I don't know. I would just want to spend a day with him.
That's a great one. That's That's a great one too.
That's a deep one.
Yeah.
That's some.
That kind of makes me feel bad.
I just picked Greg Maddox, bro.
Kind of just.
Rob was gonna pick Buzz Lightyear over there.
Oh man, get that oven out here. Let's
But
go.
back to my air
hilarious.
freshener story before we get to the
Oh
other
my God,
question.
air
My air freshener. So he played baseball in Australia.
Mm.
So I flew there by myself to go see him play.
Oh,
So
that's actually a great story.
That's fire.
So now the jet lag didn't hit me day one. And like I started getting ready to go out on day two. Like the night is coming, I'm like getting ready. And then all of a sudden the jet lag just fucking rocked me.
Caught you.
Yeah. So we drove to the bar and I looked at Franco when we got there. I was like, I'm taking this taxi right back home. I was like, I'm going back to the house and I'm going back to sleep.
You got dressed and everything.
Yeah, I got dressed. I was so exhausted. So now I'm in the middle of Australia at his buddy's house, who I just met the day before,
What?
and nobody's home. There was no street lights on the block, nothing. I don't even know the number to 911 in Australia,
Might
right?
be 911.
So like I was creeped out off the bat. So now I'm laying on the
Shit.
couch, and all of a sudden I hear like someone was in the house and they snorted.
Oh no.
I'm like,
Yeah, bad.
bro, I panicked. I went into the master bedroom and I closed the door.
Oh, I done got the fuck out of there. What?
I locked the door. Now that whole fucking night, this kid never came home, by the way. So that whole night, I'm just in this bed like this, just staring at the ceiling. Okay, I couldn't sleep. I was so pissed. I go outside into the living room the next morning. All of a sudden I hear, and I realized it wasn't somebody snoring. It was the air freshener.
There's a little thing up top that always usually like the
Spraying the shit
every like hour.
automatically.
Yeah.
No, I would have been pissed off. That would have made it twice worse.
I wasn't even high.
It was this shit. Oh no, I would
you
have
got,
been
you got
pissed.
no sleep for that shit.
Yeah, that's some shit that would happen to me too, though.
Ridiculously small oven with some ridiculous questions. Others are just
Uh-oh.
Good luck,
dumb.
my boy.
But
Good luck, my
I'm
boy.
gonna pick one out. I'm gonna read it to you.
Okay.
I hope it's one of your handwritten ones.
Is there any sport worse than slap boxing?
I just spoke to a kid from the slapboxing told me slapboxing league too.
I don't think that, for me personally, I don't think there's any sport worse than slap boxing.
I don't even know if that's a fucking. Do you even like? Is that a sport?
They play on like ESPN and shit, no?
Well, it's under Dana White now, the PFL. But yeah, I mean,
No, I don't think. Yeah, that shit is the like. To me,
Like-
that might be the worst contact sport.
You're signing up for
get
you to
hit.
just stand still and someone to crack you in the head.
Take the hit. Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
being famous for just getting slapped in the face like that.
Can
you get
That's
famous
some
like that?
tough shit.
Yeah, I mean,
You gotta
No,
be
you-
a different, like a guy. That's some other shit right there.
No, when they get knocked out, like
they're
clean.
out. Yeah, they get knocked out clean.
I seen a few of those too.
It's just like you're giving someone a free pass at your head.
Yeah.
Like there's no ducking. You're not hitting them back until after the fact.
And you gotta stand like it doesn't count if you don't.
Yeah, if you
stand
move,
the same.
yeah. See, I watch bowling.
hell
I watch
no.
bowling, tennis all day. Like the slap boxing, I don't know.
That shit that's a different pain.
Tennis is a close second for me behind slap
Yeah,
boxing.
tennis is.
I don't know how you watch
tennis is
tennis,
crazy,
bro.
Tennis is a crazy sport.
I'd rather watch the paint dry.
Oh, I can't wait to get a tennis player on here, man, just to talk shit about that.
Yo.
So we just had another amazing meal at
This
Mio
is
Posto
incredible.
in Merrick on Long Island. Dude, Cory,
Amazing. I
thanks for
appreciate
coming.
you
Yeah,
guys
shit, bro.
sincerely,
Cheers.
man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much for
guys
coming.
so
Yo,
much.
This was a blast. It was a pleasure. Let them know where they can find you.
I'm on Instagram, Cory Gunz. That's it. I'm working on a project. I got a new record coming out with Wayne. It's called Pick 'Em Up. It'll be out real soon. Be on the lookout for that.
Hell yeah.
It ain't for everybody coming soon.
That's right.
Street heat.
Don't forget the extras in that film, baby.
Hey, don't forget. Come on, clap it up. hey, we want to thank King Phil for making this happen. building this bridge up for us. So appreciate you over there, man.
Shout out Flo, shout out Street Heat. I appreciate you guys too, man.
If you guys haven't already, do us a favor, click the subscribe button. Tune in next time because there's always an open seat for you at the oven. We want to thank the crew over at Mio Posto and Merrick for absolutely stacking the table with some of our favorite Italian food on the island. Whenever you're in the mood for Italian, this is the spot you should head to. Make sure you check out our YouTube page, click the subscribe button, and come back next time because there's always an open seat for you at the oven.